The Audio Journal app is a major qualifying project by Worcester Polytechnic Institute students Ryan Doyle, Irakli, Grigolia, and Kyria Nelson, made in collaboration with Audio Journal. Audio Journal is a non-profit radio reading service based in Worcester, Massachusetts. Their goal is to provide a service through which the blind and visually impaired, or VIPs, can access print materials. Volunteers read aloud newspapers, books, and other materials which would normally be hard to access for VIPs, and this is then broadcast over Audio Journal's live radio and archived on their website. Despite how helpful this service is for many visually impaired residents of Worcester, it could prove to be a bit hard to access. Prior to this project, the only way that one could listen to Audio Journal's broadcasts was through their website or specifically tuned radio, which had to be acquired through the non-profit. This limited the impact of Audio Journal could have, especially in a smartphone-dominated age.
Interested in expanding their platform, Audio Journal reached out to WPI and asked if a group of students could help. Ryan Doyle, Irakli Grigolia, and Brendan Marion began an interactive qualifying project focused on finding out how best to make Audio Journal more accessible to its listeners. Through their research, they discovered that most blind and visually impaired people with smartphones have Apple devices due to their extensive suite of accessibility features. Therefore, the team decided that an iOS app would be the most helpful addition to Audio Journal, and used the remainder of their project to develop a mock-up of the hypothetical app.
The next school year, development began. Using Apple's programming software Xcode, we began creating the app that the previous team had planned out. The aim was to make the app simple, intuitive, and easily usable by listeners with any degree of vision. We also wanted the app to allow access to the majority of content on Audio Journal's website. As the main focus of Audio Journal is its broadcast, our primary feature is audio streaming. We added a Listen Live feature, which would tune in to Audio Journal's current live broadcast through a press of a button on the main screen. We also added all the archived programs organized in categories based on the website. Website app interfacing was accomplished through endpoints created on Audio Journal's website, through which the app can load up-to-date broadcast data. We also added a program schedule feature through which listeners can peruse the broadcasting schedule for that week.
Having added the primary features, our next major goal was ease of use. We added some quality of life features such as resume last broadcast, which continues playing the previous broadcast which the listener left off on. We added a favoriting feature through which users could mark a program as a favorite and then access it quickly from the main page under the favorite programs menu. We also added a help menu to aid users in understanding the app.
Most of all, our team focused on making the app accessible. In order to accomplish this, we adhered to Apple's accessibility guidelines, ensured compatibility with Apple's built-in accessibility features, and added some accessibility features of our own. Apple provides some excellent built-in accessibility features, namely VoiceOver, which reads out everything on the screen, Zoom, which magnifies the screen, and Dynamic Text, which allows users to change the text size to their preference. We diligently tested and reformatted our app until these features worked seamlessly and as intended, as most VIPs interviewed during the IQP stage of the project reported using some combination of these three features. Additionally, we did research to maximize the contrast of the app so that people with partial vision could have an easier time identifying buttons and text. We added a color palette button through which users can find a color scheme which fits their needs. We also added a voice control and search feature. Through voice control, users can merely say the name of the program they wish to listen to and be immediately taken to that broadcast.
Over the 21-week development period, we repeatedly had both Audio Journal listeners and volunteers test out the app and provide feedback. This aided greatly in development, pointing out possible flaws the team overlooked, as well as providing suggestions for new features. Through feedback, we learned that our app helped reduce listeners' broadcast access time from 5 minutes or more through the website to just 1 minute or less through our app. Approval for the app was high, with most users agreeing that the app was easy to understand and usable. Graciously, in response to the question, Would you use this app again? Every visually impaired person interviewed answered yes. Going forward, we hope this project becomes something even greater. Of course, we need the app to continue to function and update with Audio Journal and the website, but the features could also be expanded and perfected to create an even more useful service. Perhaps the app could even be adapted to host other radio reading services for nearby towns. Overall, we hope WPI can continue this project and through it, continue aiding and uplifting the Worcester community and beyond.